It's time to talk about some of these undrafted free agents. Let's Talk Lions. Welcome back to an all-new episode here at Let's Talk Lions. Thank you for liking this video, for commenting, and subscribing to the channel. My name is Jay, for those of you who are brand new. Thanks for being here today. Guys, the draft is behind us, and as it is, I can say without a doubt, Brad Holmes killed it. Now, I know you might sit there and be like, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Don't put the wagon in front of the horse. Let's see how the season pans out. And you're right. But I'm excited. I'm excited about what we did. And so at the moment, on paper, Brad Holmes killed it. But a huge part of the draft is all of those that are actually not drafted. I know. All of the undrafted free agents that the Lions have signed so far offer a lot of potential to the team. And today I want to talk about specifically the wide receivers. That's right, because we know that the wide receiver room for the Lions is a very interesting room. We made a lot of signings in the offseason with free agency. Between Perriman, Williams, Khalif Raymond, there's been a lot of moves that the Lions made. And now even with Amon-Ra St. Brown coming in, this is going to be an intriguing room. All in all, I love what Brad Holmes has done with the place. But wait, there's more. I could have probably lived an alternate life where I was one of those QVC people, like a Billy Mays type of deal. Come on, y'all know you want that OxyClean. This whole week, we're going to be talking about undrafted free agents, a lot of the guys that the Lions have picked up, and very specifically today, I wanted to talk about the wide receivers. Those three wide receivers are Jonathan Adams out of Arkansas State, Javon McKinley out of Notre Dame, and Sage Surratt from Wake Forest. All three of these guys offering something to the Detroit Lions. So let's break it down, kicking it off with Jonathan Adams. Jonathan Adams is 6'2". He's 210 pounds. He is a big-bodied receiver. Some things that I like about him: he's a tough dude, and he sets up a lot of blocks for running backs. That's a vital part that you don't see a lot of wide receivers doing that. And when they do, if they can do it cleanly, it has a huge dramatic effect offensively for your running back. You know who I saw do it a lot last year was Stefon Diggs. That guy threw his body out there, and that's kind of a skinnier, smaller dude. Yo, with a big-bodied 6'2", 210-pound guy who can make a block for your running back, it will make all the difference for us offensively. And I've actually seen a couple people who have written articles about him saying that Adams reminds them of Kenny Golladay. He's an outside wide receiver. He's got great ball skills. He is dynamite in the red zone, and he's also really excellent at making plays over defensive backs. He definitely struggles when it comes to the amount of yards after catch that he gains, and not gonna lie, his route running is a little bit unpolished, one might say. Definitely needs to get his route running up to par. It's nothing to write home about. I'm not going to waste 48 cents on a stamp to be like, hey mom, this guy's route running's meh. I mean, it's nothing to write home about. His route running needs work, but on a fly, my God, can that man move. Moving on, we got Javon McKinley. He's also 6'2", 215 pounds, another big-bodied wide receiver. He was projected to go in the 7th round. Obviously, he didn't. He runs a 4.57 40, and in my opinion, I think his greatest strength is truly his strength. Pretty simple. The guy doesn't get pushed around while going out. In fact, he does most of the pushing around. He is tough. He's physical. That strength is vital to his gameplay. I will say he's not explosive. That's something about him. You watch a lot of his film or highlights, whatnot. Not explosive. Kind of a bummer. In 2020, he had 42 receptions, 717 yards, and 3 TDs total. And let's finish it off with Sage Surratt. He's 6'2", 209 pounds, also a bigger-bodied wide receiver. Do you see a pattern here? He opted out of the 2020 season, and in fact, in 2019, he actually got injured, missed the last 4 games of the season. I believe it was a shoulder injury. So that's a lot of time not having played. In 2019, though, he did have 66 receptions, putting up a total of 1,001 yards. He also finished out the season with 11 TDs. The major issue that I have with Sage Surratt is the fact that he is slow. I mean, he ran a 4.740, and it's an unofficial time, but a 4.7 nonetheless, not great. Slow feet. I will say, though, he doesn't play that slow. That 40-yard, that timing, yeah, it's not great, but when you actually watch him play, it's not that slow. Where he makes up for it, though, is how great his ball skills are, specifically when contested against a DB. The guy usually comes down with the ball. That's where he makes up for his slowness. In the end, these 3 wide receivers will be contesting for a spot on the 53-man roster. I like each one of them for different reasons, but when you look at all 3, it's very clear that Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell had something very specific in mind, and that was a big-bodied wide receiver, a physical, tough wide receiver. I mean, look at our wide receiver room at the moment. It's a bunch of speedy guys out there, and so obviously they're looking to try to get somebody who's bigger, 6 foot to 210 pounds, right in there, and all 3 of these guys fit that bill. I'm truly excited about all 3 of these guys. However, if I had to make a prediction that only one of the 3 wide receivers would make it onto the 53-man roster, my prediction would be Jonathan Adams. I think Jonathan Adams, his skill set, him on the outside, kind of having that Kenny Golladay vibe, I think his ball skills, all in all, Jonathan Adams, I do believe, is the best of the 3. However, anything could happen, and these guys are going to be fighting with all of their might to make the team. However, I do believe that Jonathan Adams has a leg up based on his skill sets. But hey, let me ask you guys, how do you feel about these 3 wide receivers? Which one do you favor above the rest? Drop it in the comments. Tell me why. I look forward to reading it. And as always, I'll catch you next time on Let's Talk Lions. All right, your boy needs a cup of coffee because my God, am I going down like the Titanic? I don't even know what time it is, and quite frankly, why am I checking my wrist? I haven't worn a watch since the beginning of COVID. That was like a year and 2 months ago? Haven't worn a watch in that long? And even if I found said watch, the battery would have to be dead. It would have to be. A year and 2 months? And I already had a battery in there for about a year, so looking at 2 years and 2 months? Yeah, that battery's dead. It's gotta be dead. Yeah. All right, go get some coffee. Let's go.